Dana is now saying that, what happens when you've worked on it for a long period of time and suddenly you realize that there's a dark blemish. Maybe it's a dot, maybe it's just an area that, almost like Terry's saying, that doesn't, you can no longer manipulate it. It's just, you can't make it lighter or darker. What are you going to do? I guess if there was something abnormally dark, first of all, I want you to learn from it and realize how vulnerable your paper is, and use a cover sheet and be careful and adjust your stroke so that in the future you are putting on more of a taper and that sweeping way of putting on the graphite. This is one reason why I do it, Dana. And if I didn't say it, it's Dana asking. Anyway, that even though they're short, that tapered stroke has that almost a brushing on of the value of the graphite. And so just for that very reason, it's much easier to get off than normal. So now you have to figure out, why in the world is that like that? Is it some substance on your drawing that's collecting the graphite? Is it damaged through the surface of the paper? You can look at it from an angle at the light and see if maybe it got damaged. It's a little roughed up, or there's indentations there. All those reasons could be reasons why you're not able to take it off. But you learn from it, and also you learn how to disguise some things, because like I said, I don't know, I'm sure I've said it in this series, you can have something that it's just kind of like this. If you have a blemish, it's going to stick out like crazy. But if you have a tone all the way around it, and there's many other of those dots, you're going to be hard put to figure it out, after a while. If you have something like this, and you put down this initial tone, how do we make something lighter or darker in relationship to something else? That's exactly what we have to do. We have to make it in relationship to something else. So even though this may seem like it has a lot of value at this stage, if I go and I put something darker next to it, you almost won't even know I put that value. Remember how dark that was? I didn't cover it over. I went up next to it. So that's how you utilize your ranges of value to either show how light or dark something is, or you can also show camouflage what you have. So again, if you have this, then you don't draw on that anymore. You kind of skip over it, and you draw around it to make sure that it fits in to its surroundings. And so that's just basically, what I do, if it works. Otherwise, you don't want to have this huge, massive mole on a face or something, beauty mark or something, when it was just a suggested little thing there. You don't want to overdo it. But that's a couple suggestions, Danny. You can tell me whether you thought that was worthy of your question.